we go into the hip movement. So we go back to what we were doing, add the hips in with spinal movement. Okay? So what do? We do extension of the spine, extension of the hips as I rotate outward at the shoulder. Extension of the spine, flexion of the spine, flexion of the hips forward. Same thing, lateral movement. Right? So before we just did spine movement laterally, now get the hips involved. Reaching with the hips. Again, that rope is tied to the top of the head. You can go back to your shrugging with the hips and the spine as well as the arm movement. Left and right. Stomach tight, butt tight. Elongating the spine while the hips move along with. Alright, let's move on to hip circles. Try your best to start small circles with just the hip. Guys have a hard time usually doing this. Get larger and larger. Big hula hoop. Go the other direction. Go ahead and start small, stand tall. Get larger and larger. Now, let's use our leg in our hip. Some balance training as well as mobility training. Stand tall, good posture. Forward and backward movement at the hip. The knee is straight, the toe is pulled back towards the knee itself. Alright, no flexion forward. When I switch to my left leg, alright, I'm going to show you from the side. You're trying not to move your body, your torso, forward. You're trying to keep everything locked still except that leg moving in the hip. Okay? Lateral movement. Toe pull back towards the knee. Good balance training in and of itself. Left leg. Notice I have a harder time balancing on my right, which means I slow things down. Right? Once you feel grounded and you've mastered the movement, alright, you can move a little faster. Always start slow. Get control of your joints. Okay? Circles at the hip joint. Leg moving in and out. So this is outward circles, inward circles. Alright, other leg. Trying to stand tall, maintain good balance. Your weight is stabilized at the hip. Heel is grounded. Alright, now we got knee circles. Tiny circles at the knee. Lubricating the knee joint, spreading that synovial fluid around. And knee flexion and extension. Bring the leg up, extend the leg, curl the leg back. Extend the leg, curl the leg back. Same thing with the other side. Try and maintain balance. If you lose balance like I just did, stop, reposition. Control throughout the entire motion. Ankle circles. Very important. Many of us sprained our ankles as kids. And scar tissue constricts movement. We need to mobilize the joint to encourage the body to break down that scar tissue. Replace it with elastic, more mobile tissue. Won't happen unless we move the joints. Alright, go into a couple basic squats. Sitting back. You want to make sure your knees stay over top of your ankles. Hands are out in front of you to balance. From the side. Sitting back in a chair. Always originate movement with your hip. Back, weights on your heels. Your shin should remain nearly vertical. Stomach is real tight. If you're a little bit more advanced, add a lateral component to your squatting. Lateral lunges. Sit back. Shin is nearly vertical. This is active stretching for your adductors and your inner thigh. Keep your heels grounded. Weight back over top of the heels. If you're even more advanced, you can rotate that non-supportive leg, so you're stretching the hamstring. This is only for the most advanced people. Alright, then finish up with some smooth jumping for those who have higher level of advanced training. Okay? From the side, you're just revisiting that squat. Soft landing. Okay? Some basic, if you have wrist problems, certainly wrist circles. Can throw that in with the upper body motion earlier. Alright? Elbow movement. Right? Elbow problems. You can combine them. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Across the body. Right? Same thing here. Elbow, shoulder, elbow, wrist. All things, you can do if you're more advanced, having shoulder, elbow, wrist problems. Okay? And across the body, and there's infinite number of movements. Alright? Stay tuned. I'll add those for later, but realize that what I just covered realistically is okay for most people. Obviously check with a healthcare professional, but things get more advanced from here. Thank you for attending. That hopefully has only been about 10 minutes of your life.